Hello and welcome to this video. We are going to learn how to calculate the volume of a cone. So to calculate the volume of a cone, we use this formula, that is a third times pi r squared times height. So pi r squared represents the area of the base, which is circular. So you can see the base is a circle, and then the height is the perpendicular height to the base, which is circular. Okay, so let's look at one or two examples so that we can get to understand this in a better way. So let's have the radius of this cone as 14 centimeters, so that is the radius, and then the height is 10 centimeters. So we're going to apply that formula to get the volume. So volume is going to be a third times pi, we can use pi as 22/7, and then times 14 squared, so 14 times 14, and then times 10. Alright, so the volume is going to be, so we can simplify this, so by 7(1) by 7(2), okay, and then we can multiply the numerator, so it's 22 times 2 is 44, and then 44 times 14 is 616, and then times 10, so on the numerator we're going to have 6,160. So you can work this out using your calculators or even manually, and then divided by 3. So the volume is going to be 2053.33 cubic centimeters. So do not forget to indicate the units, that is cubic centimeters. Now let's look at one other example. So let me clear up some space. Okay, so you may find a question that is asking you to find the volume of the cylinder, but then you don't have the height of the cylinder. Okay, maybe you are given this slant height, so let's say, or let's call it L. So you might find a question that is requiring you to get the volume of the cone, and then you are given the radius, let's say as 21 centimeters, and then the length, okay, let me use a different figure. Let's use the radius as 24 centimeters instead of 21. Okay, so let's have the radius as 24 centimeters, and then the length as 25 centimeters. You may find such a question, so you are required to use this formula, but when you look at it, you need the value of h, of which it is not provided. So we have to use another way of finding the value of h, and that is using the Pythagoras Theorem, which states that for a right-angled triangle, so as you can see, this is a right-angled triangle, so you have this length and this length, and then the hypotenuse, that is L, the slant height. So for this case, L squared is equal to h squared plus r squared. So that is the Pythagoras Theorem. So that is the one that we're going to use to actually get the value of h. So let's work it out. So we have L as 25 squared is equal to h squared plus, so let me clear this, plus r squared. So r is 24 squared. So to be left with h on this side, we need to subtract 24 squared on both sides, so minus 24 squared. So it's going to be 25 squared minus 24 squared. So the height is going to be, okay, or the height squared. So 25 squared is 625, and then minus 24 squared is 576. Okay, so height squared is, so we're going to get the difference. So 625 minus 576, it's going to be 49. And then this means to get the value of h, we need to find the square root of both sides. So h is going to be 7 centimeters. So that is the value of the height. So we can replace it now in this formula so as to find the volume. So the volume is going to be 1/3 times pi, okay, times the square of the radius. So we can use it as 576 because we had already found it to be 576, and then times the value of h, which is now 7. Okay, so we can work this out. So 7 is going to cancel out with that 7, and then by 3 is 1, by 3 is 192, and then we can now multiply 22, to get the volume. It's going to be 22 times 192, which is 4,224 cubic centimeters. So that is the volume of the cylinder. So do not forget to indicate the units. So for the sake of practice, I want to leave you with one very simple question that we can work it out during your free time, and then you can let me know the answer by dropping it on the comment section, and then I will tell you whether it's actually correct or not. So let's try to calculate the volume of a cone that has the radius as 60 centimeters and the slant length, okay, the slant length, this one, the slant length as 61 centimeters. So try to work out the volume of that cone using the process that I've just shown you, and let me know the answer by dropping your comment on the comment section. So that's all for this video. Let's meet in the next video.